If you think you know how online scammers operate, think again.
It takes the control of the computer, then start telling him what is wrong with it.
Tech support means technical support, but over here, tech support means scam.
It's a murky world with consultants who set up sophisticated operations.
If somebody has money, he wants to get into this business, I help him out from the A to the Z of it.
And an international army of volunteers determined to bring the industry down.
They work in night shifts because they scam people in US.
That would be $449.99.
And will you give me your receipt?
The victim actually paid everything and it's done. तो ये US में जो होते हैं citizens उनको scam करते हैं.
Hi, this is Amazon support. My name is Rosie. How can I help you?
I got a call about my account. I'm just ringing back about that.
Okay, don't worry, I'll help you. As I can see, there is an order for an iPhone mini for $690. So, is there a problem with this order?
Yes, I didn't order a phone.
Online scamming accounts for over 50% of all financial cybercrime. It's a global industry that bleeds victims of $47 billion every year.
So that means your account has been compromised.
The call center-based tech support scam affects 3 out of 5 consumers globally.
I'm so sorry about that. Don't worry. First, let's cancel this order of $690.
Oh, okay.
And 85% of those calls originate in India.
Tell me, Chris, are you sitting at the computer?
Yes, I am.
In the tech support scam, the friendly call center staff pretend to resolve a computer problem or sort out an issue with a customer's account at a major company.
Okay, open your Google Chrome browser and type in the search C as in Charlie.
We've gained access to Leo, who's using a pseudonym. After 7 years in the scamming industry, he's gone one level up. Investors now pay him to set up their scamming operations. But it's stressful work, he says, so he's off to his weekend getaway in the foothills of the Himalayas.
You can call it like a weekend getaway though, but it's really to get out of the frustration and everything because you've been working the whole nights for 5 days. Don't talk to a lot of people and everything. Thing is that we always talk on phone. You're wearing headphones right now. Try and think about wearing it for 10 hours and somebody is all speaking and you're speaking and you're trying to manipulate somebody or try and build up a story and somebody, your TL is shouting, your manager is shouting, your owners are shouting. It's all about making money or doing this, trying to make bullshit stories sound like really happen. So of course you need some time. Most of the people, my friends or my family, doesn't know what I do, really. They know that I work in some IT sector or something. I do something and bring money. That's all they know. Basically, the cover-up of this job is always on. We never choose this thing. We all wanted a normal life. It's a kind of a business where you don't know what will happen in the night. Okay? You can make money which is good enough for a month in a night. Sometimes money which is good enough for a year you can make in a night. And I'm not kidding about it.
Leo explains one version of how a tech support scam is run.
So what basically happens is a customer goes on internet, he searches for something. Let's say his printer is not working for the time being. Let's use that, okay? So he'll search online that I printer support or help for printer or whatever brand he uses, right? So he'll see an ad which will just look like the original brand's website. On that website, there will be a toll-free number which will be based on these servers. This server number toll-free number is on that website. Customers call on that number. Then he gets rebounded on our toll-free number, which is this one, which our agents have, right? So the seller or the technician, whoever is sitting, will get a call on this. Okay, so this he will pick up the call and he will start talking to the customer.
What exactly are we accessing here?
This is to generate a cancellation page for the order. You want to cancel your order, right?
Yes, I definitely do.
This is the cancellation procedure. This will be a cancellation page. You need to put in your card details, where you want the refund. Once you fill the form, we can start the refund process.
Then he takes the control of the computer, then start telling him what is wrong with it. So over here, this kind of a scan we run, and I can write anything. Virus found. You can see, I can type anything down of it. Give me money, which it comes down to it eventually, and it comes there. If you see the process, no, the customer never called on this number, right? So if the customer tomorrow complains, he complains for, let's say, 800 and XYZ number, right? But that's not our number. You get my point?
Actually, why am I not going to the website?
This is how the cancellation process works. It is a user-generated process.
Can you tell me where you people are located?
We are in California.
Where in California? I know California a bit.
Excuse me, what did you say?
That's what people look for, people who are above 55. Why? Because they are dumb? No. They're gullible. They're lonely. The reason why this tech support took us so much boom is because of this senior citizens living alone. They don't have kids. Who will they ask it?
Microsoft support, how may I help you today?
Yeah, I got an email that says it's from Microsoft for $399.99, and I did not make this.
What is your customer ID number, ma'am?
India has become a global leader in the international tech support scamming industry, taking more than $1 billion a year from the United States alone. Gurugram, just outside Delhi, was once a hub for India's outsourced call center boom. Commonly known as Gurgaon, it's now one of the country's most prosperous cities and a leading IT and financial hub. But it's also a leader in another growth industry, scam call centers.
Let me help you in cancellation.
Why? What will that do? I don't know if you're a scammer or what.
My name is Snigdha Poonam. I am a journalist and writer. I have mostly reporting on politics and social issues. Around 2016 or 17, I was looking at a completely different story when I figured out about these call center scams and became quite obsessed. It began with India's genuine boom in outsourcing. I would say the beginning of the millennium. There was a whole generation of people then who were urban, they spoke English, they knew a little bit of computers, and they were working at these call centers that were coming up in Gurgaon, in Bangalore, in the outskirts of Mumbai. And that went on for, I would say, about 10 years nicely. And then the market itself started to shift out of India.
But those in the call center industry realized that there was still a demand for their services, helping people in developed countries solve their IT problems, real or fake.
They started, in fact, by stealing the databases of genuine customer bases from these big tech companies that they had worked at, and started to set up these small centers where you already had that industry network.
Now, in areas like Gurgaon, it's impossible to tell just how much of the business is real and how much of it is a scam operation.
There is a floor at which they will provide genuine tech support, but then they have the people, or they'll have another set of people who, at a different location in the same office, are making these fake calls.
If you just search for call centers in this neighborhood where we are, you see the density here, right? And this is just what is showing up on Google.
Samath Bansal is a computer programmer and investigative journalist who's written extensively on the scamming industry.
Whether we like it or not, scams are an outcome of entrepreneurship, right? We are at a time, if you just think about the economy in general, it's a destabilized economy, widening inequality, and at the times people are just craving for opportunities to make ends work. Be it a matrimony scam, be it a romance scam, be it a job scam, you have to buy something online, e-commerce scam, anything. The fundamental infrastructure on which all of these things are based, that remains the same, where digital technology is used to first build trust and then extract money.
Samath and Snigdha were part of a team that exposed a huge international tech scam based in Gurgaon in 2017. They revealed that a well-known Apple-authorized reseller was also running an industrial-scale call center scamming operation, allegedly making $100,000 a day. Samath expected the investigation to have a huge impact and result in multiple arrests.
It was carried in the Hindustan Times, the national daily, and after that, nothing really happened in the sense that when the police did the story, but all I got in response from one of the officers was a thumbs up emoticon on WhatsApp, but nothing more than that.
Since then, the service as a scam industry has gone from strength to strength, with international agencies that monitor fraud reporting a quadrupling of attempted scams.
If we talk about scope as in that how much money is there to be made, it's way too big for you to understand it and me to explain it.
These scammers are destroying the whole country's reputation and giving it a bad name. So I wanted to stop it from happening.
Sven belongs to the global community of around 10,000 online vigilantes, otherwise known as the scam baiters. A mixture of computer hackers and concerned citizens who have taken it upon themselves to bring all kinds of scammers down. Most are from the countries that get targeted. Sven is a little unusual.
Hello?
Hello. Ma'am, were you on a call with someone who pretends to be Microsoft?
Yeah, why?
The most prevalent scams are pop-up scams, where you actually see a message on your screen saying that your computer has been logged and all your data is going to be deleted. You have to call this number immediately, and the person who gets scared actually calls them.
He's connected to your computer right now. If your computer is turned on, please turn it off.
Someone's on my computer right now?
None of the companies like Microsoft, eBay, Amazon, they never ask you to connect to your computer and never ask about your bank details. So if they really ask you to download something from a third-party website, do not just straight away hang up the call with your bank. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Scam baiters like Sven frequent forums which share the details of new scamming operations.
This name is coming up so much, so I have a number over here for them. So let's try calling them, maybe someone will answer.
Sven has found a company he thinks is running a version of the tech support scam. He wants to investigate, but needs access to their systems, which can only happen if they establish a remote connection to his computer.
First of all, I need to make sure it's a scam. So what I do is I get a number from scammer.info, I call them, I pretend that I'm a victim and I got the email or maybe I got a voice note or something like that. And when they believe, I reverse the connection, I get the connection, I download all the data from their computer. If there are important files, I download them. I investigate them.
Like most scam baiters, Sven has created detailed characters for his fake victims.
I'm gonna play Emily Williams, which is one of my most vulnerable characters. She's a 50-year-old lady, lives in Newton, Alabama. So she's like really vulnerable to these scams and she's really scared of her printer not working.
Thank you for calling. My name is Bhagat. How may I help you today?
My name is Emily Williams. I can't print stuff from my printer. Do you support HP printers, sir?
May I connect your computer with us? With the help of that, we check it and we will help you.
So is there any other way that you can do it without connecting to my computer, sir?
No, sir. That is the only process which could be followed at this time.
Something is moving on my screen.
It's me, sir. Don't touch the computer. Are you touching the computer?
Sir, sir. I would prefer calling me madam, not sir. Thank you.
Oh, ma'am, could you please do not touch the machine at all?
It's a standard scammer procedure to check a victim's browser history for valuable information, like bank details.
Why you open that?
You what? You are opening it. I got busted.
He actually saw this scammer.info page and
The scammers have wised up to the scam baiters' tactics. It will take many more attempts for Sven to gain access to the company's systems.
There are more than, I guess, 16 floors, but in hardly 2 to 3 genuine companies. And other than that, each and every floor is working for tech support.
So who are these people working in scam call centers? The answer, ordinary people like Victoria. She now works for a legitimate company in another of India's business, tech and scamming hubs, known as Sector 5. But her first job was tech support.
Tech support means technical support, but over here, it's like tech support means scam.
She applied for the job thinking it was a legitimate call center.
But after some time, like one of the owners came to meet the new team. He was very straightforward with us that yes, we are going to teach you how to scam people. If you want, you can carry on. If you're not comfortable, you can leave. I was a kid, I just needed to earn some pocket money for myself. So I said that no, sir, I will continue. The very first customer of mine, Elizabeth, did I ask her that go give your money to me? No, I convinced her. She gave it by herself. Right? I didn't steal her wallet. Like I'm not some jeb katra. I do not steal wallets from train. Now, if I convinced Elizabeth that you go take out the money from your bank and deposit it some other account, then trust me in this, I'm extremely talented. There is a raid of police more than 6 to 7 times in a month in this building. I will never work in these buildings.
The average wage of a salaried worker in India is around 10,000 rupees or $130 a month. Victoria earned that as a base salary and more, with huge performance incentives.
It was my birthday, my 20th birthday it was. I was able to spend more than 85,000 in my birthday. So now you can calculate that what was the amount which I earned in 1 month. But that was my last month, after that I left it. In this particular building, it's so beautiful from inside and it is the most expensive one as well.
There is a huge aspiration attached to working at a corporate kind of setting. People want to work at an AC office where there are these cubicles and they want to speak with their teammates or their colleagues in English. They want to get incentives. And all of this is made possible at the centers. You know, it has the same kind of ring to it.
Okay, so we got a police station over here. It's really nearby all these buildings. And people are not even scared that they are literally committing the cyber crime sitting nearby the police station. Sometimes it feels like that they are working for each other.
So you go to a government office and you pay a bribe to get a road laid for your village or to get the pension that is owed you by the government. You know, small-time corruption is no big deal. So to talk to the people who come from those backgrounds and who get sucked into these jobs, the idea that what they're doing will be defined as fraud or crime or some kind of a moral wrongdoing is not natural.
If you ask me about the tech support, then I do not consider it as some bad work because they're not stealing.
But not everyone feels the same. Ray was a colleague of Victoria's.
I was working for USA shift, हाँ. So क्या हुआ था कि एक भाई था अपने बहन को बचाने के लिए वो कुछ पैसे रखे थे और हमारे सीनियर ने वो पैसे ले लिए और जिसके वजह से I felt very bad. आज तक वो भुला नहीं पाया हूँ मैं. लिटरली मेरे वजह से किसी की जान चली गई तो वो कभी अपने आप को माफ नहीं कर पाऊंगा.
With work opportunities hard to come by in recent years, especially with COVID-19, it's no wonder that an increasing number of younger people have turned to scam call centers for employment. But even those seeking legitimate work are encountering scams in other forms.
After my graduation, I uploaded my resume on several job finding portals and I got selected. The people were shady, but I didn't realize it at that time. And the main interviewer, she took my interview. She just asked basic HR questions and then she told me that, okay, I am interviewing you on the behalf of the big company that you came for and they want a telephonic round. You'll have to pay for it, but it will be refunded.
After Kritika transferred 16,000 rupees or $220, the scammer who posed as an HR portal employee cut off all contact with her. She never got the job, nor her money back, so she took to YouTube and used her channel to warn others.
पूरे एक्सपीरियंस से क्या चीजें पिकअप करने की हैं? नंबर 1, never pay for a job. You do a job to get paid. होगी सैटरडे संडे ऑफ, स्टार्टिंग सैलरी 25 to 30K, कैब्स होंगी आने जाने के लिए, अच्छी सी लोकेशन, किस कंपनी में आप काम करोगे, मतलब everything too good to be true. So another red flag.
It makes me really happy. I have saved so many people from this fraud.
This scam happened with me yesterday. Thank God I ran away from that recruiting office after they demanded for money. You're doing a really great job. I wish I had come across your video before. I got scammed in the same manner a few months back and it's very disheartening.
Scam beta Sven has started an investigation into a potential scam call center. He's been calling them, posing as a victim.
Here is a birthday celebration. I can see all of the employees over here.
And after many attempts, he's gained full access to the call center's computer systems and CCTV cameras.
This call center basically has around 30 to 35 people. They work in night shifts because they scam people in US. Watching these scammers and had to monitor them, had to collect information, everything, it really changed my sleep schedule. I used to sleep at 10:30 or something, now I sleep around 4 a.m. or something. It really changed the lifestyle and everything.
Sven is taking a huge risk. Accessing a computer without permission is a crime in India, punishable by up to 3 years in prison. But it's the only way to target the scammers, and it allows him to listen in when they're in action.
Alright, so I got the diagnostic report. These are the things on which we need to work. We need to work on the sync manager so that it communicates with the database properly. And then we'll go ahead and repair the company file.
So that's not the diagnostics report. That's basically something that he copied from his notepad. And he's editing the number of errors. Oh my God. He says 50% files are damaged. Okay, now he's gonna copy that. He copied that. And he pasted on the notepad of the victim's PC.
Alright, miss, there are two options you have for it. Either you can do a one-time fix which will repair and update all the things for today. That would be $449.99.
I think I'll go with the one-time fix this time.
Absolutely, miss. Let's just take 1% chance. By any chance, if it is not fixed, your money will be refunded back to you.
You want me to fill out all this billing information?
Okay, now he's asking the victim to pay for the charges and everything, and he takes a snapshot of it. I got the last 4 digits of the card here.
No, so I just need a verbal authorization as well that you authorize the one-time charge of $449.99.
And will you give me your receipt?
The victim actually paid everything, and it's done.
Now that he's sure that the company is a scamming operation, he needs to find out who owns and runs it. Having hacked into the system, he also has access to the company files.
So I found these files on their computers, on the HR computer. Hopefully there are some interesting stuff. This company actually paid like 85,000 rupees for some month, just for that. It's a really good thing, like we found the real name of the HR, since like it's really hard to find stuff. And there is one director's name. Let us see who he is. Okay, he has a LinkedIn profile here. I can see him. Kinda smart guy. Again, okay. So we have a proof that they are in this building.
The next step is to find out more about how the company is structured. He reaches out to Samarth, who's reporting he's been following.
Right, sure, thanks.
So I've been working on this company and I have the name of the owners. Can you help me with any of the details that you can provide, like any financial links or anything?
How do we know who might be behind the domain?
I have a screenshot of recruiting people. I have some salary slips of all the employees, like all the call center employees.
Great. So I think that's a good connection. So these are the front. Got it. This is something really interesting because most of the time these connections, you need some insider proof, to establish. That's what I think his salary slips and his conversations are confirming, that these are the guys. And now I think with these ministry documents, we can get some more details about who these guys are, their financial structure, at least that's on record. And let's see what comes up there. So these are front of the company in India, their office in Gurgaon Udyog Vihar. This cafeteria looks like the place which Sven had found. So it's footage from inside the company. And that's the office from Google. It's the same thing. We have this guy now. He's in Gurgaon. And oh, very interesting. He's a former employee of one of the really big outsourcing firms. In my own reporting, I've seen that, a lot of eventual scammers, a lot of them come from like a select few, like they have worked in one of the select few companies. So this is the person, at least, that we know.
The company's website lists its official address as being in the United States.
It's a house, definitely not a company. Yeah. He can probably be the American counterpart who might be handling operations or doing registrations there.
For the tech support scams, for any kind of international call center based scam, it is very difficult to pull it off from just one location. So you need people to open a bank account for you or in their own name there to get money here.
Most scam operations have shell companies and bank accounts in the target countries to gain the trust of victims. But they then need to get the money back to India, which is where someone like Leo comes in.
I had a word with that live in Philippines that wire needs to be cashed out as soon as possible because it might create a fuss with the customer.
Leo has many ways to move the money back. Sometimes it's cryptocurrency, other times it's through their diasporic networks, and once in a while it's a shoebox sent via courier.
The cash pickup, that's been delayed a lot in the last few weeks. I've seen that. Yeah. Means it's like a bloody week or something. We have to pay the money to the kids and everything. And there are few wires which you need to take care of it. And that guy is not picking up the call. So उसके पास cash आया हुआ है.
With the tech support scam industry booming, scammers like Leo have risen above the call center. He's now somewhat of an entrepreneur.
If somebody has money, he wants to get into this business, I help him out from the A to the Z of it. From getting him a place to the servers or the calling applications to getting him hired with the kids, with the merchants, so that he can get the money. Where you want to go with a boom and you want to have like 10-15 guys working for you. Anything about 10 lakh is the number. And if you're lucky enough and if the kids are good, your investments get back into your hand within 15 days to a month. So what I promise to my people is 2 months. These scam baiting things, those people who make videos, they call and try and make it look like they are the customer and then they make a fool out of it. They will find the small people, the newbies. You're not even able to throw a rock at the glass door of us. Leave breaking it down and getting in and screwing the whole thing down. You don't know the owner, you don't know the manager, you don't know how the call came in. They will never find a person like me.
Yo, CJ.
Yes, hello.
Are you up? Like, are you busy?
Sven is investigating a tech support call center scam. To gather evidence of their illegal activities, he's turning to the international scam baiting community for help. He's speaking to his longtime collaborator in the United States, CJ.
We are very close to reporting this company to the police. Yeah, we try to get the connections as well. Yeah, that company.
Sven suspects that most of the scam victims in this case are from the United States. So he's asked CJ to put in a request for information on the scamming outfit with the official consumer protection body, the Federal Trade Commission.
Exactly. So that'll be helpful to prove that they're a scam company as well.
The scams Sven is investigating target wealthy foreigners abroad. But technological advances in India have opened up a new market for domestic fraud.
दिन में कंप्लेंट हमारे पास अगर मेल से माध्यम से भी और जो फिजिकली भी आते हैं तो 35 से 40 के बीच कंप्लेंट करता है। देखिए साइबर के तो आते रहते हैं इस टाइप का जो भी है और ओलेक्स वगैरह उसके बाद जैसे आपका आजकल एक सबसे ज़्यादा चल रहा है कि मैं आपका जानने पहचानने वाला बोल रहा हूँ वो अकाउंट ट्रांसफ़र कर लेते हैं आर्मी वाला भी है फिर उसके बाद सेक्सटोर्शन का हो गया सेक्सटोर्शन का भी आजकल बहुत ज़्यादा चल रही है ये ऐसी कंप्लेंट ज़्यादा चल रही है।
Mangal is here because he lost 25,000 rupees, or $330 US this morning.
हेलो भैया 4,000 रुपए। हाँ जी एक पेमेंट तो खुद गुड़गांव से कटी हुई है।
He runs a small upholstery business and fell prey to an increasingly common scam that targets the users of mobile payment apps.
अब मेरे पे 16 तारीख को एक कस्टमर की पेमेंट आई थी जो मेरा क्लाइंट है वो पेमेंट सक्सेसफुल हो चुकी है बट मेरे अकाउंट में ट्रांसफ़र नहीं हुई है।
The app isn't the scam. The scam is the seemingly real customer care hotline that appears at the top of an online search. Thinking it was real, Mangal called it.
मैंने उनसे बात करी मैं कहा जी ऐसे है मेरी पेमेंट फंसी हुई है कह रही सर जी आपकी ट्रांजैक्शन हो चुकी है लेकिन अकाउंट में पैसे नहीं गए हैं वो रिफ़ंड करने के लिए आपको एक ऐप डाउनलोड करनी पड़ेगी।
The victims of this scam are sent a link which, when clicked on, allows the scammers access to the payment app.
ऐसे बात करते करते पहले मेरे ट्रांजैक्शन एक मतलब 5,000 रुपये की उड़ गई। धीरे धीरे फिर 5-5, 3-3, 4-4 मिनट बाद मेरी ट्रांजेक्शन उड़ती गई हुई। और सीधा फिर मैं कोटक बैंक गया। कोटक बैंक वालों को मैंने बताया कि जी ऐसे ऐसे मेरी ट्रांजेक्शन उठ गया है। तो वो कह रहे हैं आपके साथ फ्रॉड हो रहा है, जिसने भी मतलब फ़ोन जो भी है वो मतलब आपकी पेमेंट काटता जा रहा है। पुलिस कह रही है जी पैसे भूल जाओ।
To demonstrate how audacious the scammer is, Mangal calls him back.
नंबर चालू है, बंदा भी फ़ोन उठा रहा है। फ़ोन उठा के ये कह रहा है चाहे पुलिस में कंप्लेंट कर दो, वो मेरा कुछ नहीं कर सकते।
हेलो
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 भाई, सुबह जो आपने मेरे अकाउंट से जो पेमेंट काटी थी।
पेमेंट कटा
है भाई?
कितना कटा है?
25,000 रुपये कटे ना भाई। सुबह बात हुई थी हमारी।
आपण जो व्यक्ति सहित कथा हेउछंती
होल्ड पे डाल दिया।
आपनका कॉल टिको होल्ड रे रखिछंती। दया करी लाइन रे रहंतु। आप जिस व्यक्ति से बात कर रहे हैं उन्होंने
आप बताइए जी इसका।
Especially after 2016, when we had high-speed internet accessible to a wide range of Indians, that also led to proliferation of digital scams all across the board, which were most based on smartphone being the dominant way that was happening. So this evolution of technology, especially as a lot of tech is becoming increasingly frictionless, where we are building systems to make it easier for users to transact, to give them a better user experience. But that is also being exploited by scammers. The same thing that is making your user experience better, to deceive people of their money.
The lucrative market has led to a cottage industry of Indians scamming other Indians in overwhelmingly rural regions like Mewat, just outside Gurgaon. This is one of the poorest districts in India, where people struggle to access basic needs like clean drinking water, and the literacy rate is around 50%. As domestic scams do not require a knowledge of English or an expensive call center setup, they can be carried out from anywhere. Scams in India rose by 86% in 2020 to over 120 million cases.
मैम, जो ये एरिया है यहाँ पर पहले रात को तो कोई साधन चलता ही नहीं था। जैसे आते थे कोई आदमी किसी परेशानी से रात को आ जाता था तो उसको यहाँ पब्लिक लूट ले लेती है।
We made contact with the villagers who run the scams here, but while they boasted of their success, they were not keen to appear on camera, except for this local who was willing to show us around, if we hide his identity and our camera.
भाई यहाँ तो बाढ़ आई पड़ी है। ये पुलिस के लिए है मैम। यहाँ पर ना पुलिस आती नहीं, आप रास्ते देख रहे हो। यहाँ पुलिस कैसे आएगी? एक पुलिस आएगी किसी काम से 5 घंटे लेट आएगी, इतना तो पूरा पता लग जाएगा। और एक दूसरे गांवों के लिंक जुड़े हुए हैं। शहर की हालत आपने देखी कितनी खस्ता है। यहाँ पर रोड नहीं है तो खौफ का तो माहौल रहता ही यहाँ पे हमेशा। तो कुछ लड़के थे, वो बाहर थे गांव से, उन ड्रोन को देखा तो कुछ ने उनमें से अपने मोबाइल कुएं में फेंक दिए। किसी ने कहीं पे फेंक दिया, किसी ने कहीं पे फेंक दिया, क्योंकि वहाँ यही काम करते हैं। तो अनजान गाड़ी आती है, उसको देख करके भागने लगते हैं।
Since the only technology needed is a mobile phone, domestic scammers like these are working from home and even the fields. Where international scams often take from 200 to tens of thousands of US dollars, the domestic scam can be for as little as 5,000 rupees or around 60 US dollars. To see how they operate, our guide takes us to the home of a village scammer.
हेलो।
हाँ, तो आपका ऐड देखा ओलेक्स में, आपका ऐड देखा गाड़ी का 2010 मॉडल स्विफ्ट।
हाँ जी, है ना मारुति सुजुकी का।
कितना प्राइस डाला है उसका?
उसका 2,10,000 का डाला है सर।
अभी कम भर्ती कितना हो जाएगा?
2 का दे दूंगा लास्ट।
उधर आगे लेके जाना पड़ेगा या आप लेके आओगे?
सर उसके लिए आपको कॉरियर चार्ज जमा करना पड़ेगा 5,250 रुपये का, आपके एड्रेस पे भेज दूंगा ट्रांसपोर्ट में डाल के।
He's running what's known as the army scam, which takes advantage of the locals' high level of trust in soldiers.
आप उधर क्या काम करते हो?
सर मैं आर्मी में जॉब करता हूँ CISF। कोई दिक्कत मत लो, गाड़ी भेज दूंगा, टोकन जमा कर देना 5,250 रुपये का।
वो कहाँ पे जमा करना है?
वो मैं आपके लिए अपना मैनेजर सर का अकाउंट नंबर दे दूंगा, उसमें भेज देना। जैसा आपका पेमेंट आ जाएगा इधर से मैं आपके तुरंत भेज दूंगा इधर से लोड करके।
The ad is a fake. The caller will never get the car, but it might help the scammer get one eventually.
ये सिम बाहर स्टेटों की होती है और हम एक सिम को 2 या 3 दिन इस्तेमाल करते हैं, उसके बाद हम इसको तोड़ के फेंक देते हैं।
In regions like this, whole villages specialize in a specific scam, which has replaced more violent crimes.
अब जब से ये OLX आया है, लूटने वाला काम बंद हो गया।
And as the new industry flourishes, there are signs of development everywhere. Having gained access to the scamming company's computer systems, scam baiter Sven has been gathering evidence in his investigation.
Alright, miss, there are 2 options you have for it. That would be $449.99.
At this point, we have enough proofs to submit to the police and say that it's a scam. It's kind of exciting to see these in real life than in Google Images or something.
He's come from his hometown to Gurgaon, where the scamming company is based, not far from the cybercrime police station. Sven has heard from CJ, his collaborator in the United States. The Federal Trade Commission has registered 93 complaints against the scamming company, including 5 from Microsoft's cybercrime unit. Like all other scam baiters, Sven's goal is to get the police to raid the company and shut their operations down.
कॉल सेंटर की इन्फॉर्मेशन मिली है। कॉल सेंटर स्कैम वाले, तो ये यूएस में जो होते हैं सिटीजन्स उनको स्कैम करते हैं। लाइक ये कंपनी, ये शेल कंपनी है कुछ है। एड्रेस तो वो दिखाता है फिलाडेल्फिया। So I went in, showed them the case, explained them everything. They said that it's not under their jurisdiction. So I'm going to try file the case online.
The problem is that there is no law or treaty in India that directly criminalizes fraud when the actual financial transaction happens abroad. To start a prosecution, complaints must be lodged directly with Indian police. That's hard to achieve with international victims, even when the police contact them.
Many of them don't even trust us, I would say. They still think that they have already been cheated, so they don't trust whether it is they are contacting the right police or somebody is impersonating as police.
Even with an official complaint, the courts require physical forensic examination of all the tech devices used in the scam. But most victims' computers and the scammers' servers are located abroad.
There's always this gap where the tech outpaces any kind of regulatory effort. Not that there's a big regulatory effort, but whatever someone tries to do, it's always the tactics of the scamsters always outpaces it.
This scamming operation in a 5-star hotel was raided in 2020. The company booked 35 rooms and was alleged to have scammed at least 30,000 individuals in the United Kingdom and United States. But they only came under scrutiny because they had flouted COVID-19 protocol. Even a big raid like this rarely leads to justice.
What they do is they go in and they stop operations and they start hunting through their routers and their computers and their servers. But what are they going to find? I've seen them nail down these internal sheets in which you have names of people, victims, say New Zealand or Berlin or whatever. You have the exact amount in pounds or euros or dollars that were charged from them. But that's not proof of anything.
As with many raids, the operations were shut down briefly, and some of the call center workers lost their jobs. But within weeks, the owners started afresh somewhere else.
I honestly don't think that I have seen any clear law or a policy or a regulation, even in the last 5 years, that has been actively discussed or implemented, right, that has any real impact on stopping this.
Nobody from tech support gets arrested. What happens, suppose they are arresting somebody, like it's just so-called arresting. They are taking these people, making them sit in a good chair under the AC in some police station, and they're just like treating them like, what to say, in-laws.
You can never shut down a business, right? Yeah, you can shut down an office. It's possible, it does happen a lot. I won't deny it, okay? Business never stops.
Microsoft support, how may I help you today?
I just received an email regarding a charge on my card and I want a refund.
Let's do it for you. You on the computer right now?